Okay. Yeah.
I just thought the same art that was commissioned to me.
Wow, where I have the game and where the video is in the software is almost identical. So I was trying to figure out where my game was when I opened it. I was sitting there like, where'd it go? I can hear it.
I know it's there.
Yeah. It blends right in. That's amazing.
Sometimes I wish I could blend right in.
Okay. Oh, so I'm joining you, right?
Yes.
Dude, if you could blend right in with like scenery, imagine how many locker rooms you could go into with video cameras and stuff. Oh fuck.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. All the degeneracy. I apologize.
Sorry. So, where are we going?
We're going to say hi to Mooter again.
Say hi to Mooter.
Yeah.
Mooter, you say?
Yes, Mooter. Oh crap. I forgot. 2 screens. Yeah.
I was wondering what was taking so long. Like,
I was made to wait so long that I forgot I had a second character up.
How you say confused?
Getting my daily items here.
Yep. A person's named Puzzle. Huh.
Yeah, might as well.
I mean, you're tourist. He's
Yeah.
Puzzle.
I'm Aaron.
I'm a me.
I'm how you say me.
Okay.
But Heather, how do you say is
I think you cut out.
How dare you tell me I cut out Heather?
You did, because I didn't hear what you said beforehand.
It is how you say Heather. I am confused.
Oh boy, now he's pretending he's a Frenchman.
Not know what you speak. How do you say I am confused?
Do we run?
I don't know why.
I would like to, I don't know how that would work out.
I
There's
ran.
a lot of foreign chicks on Facebook
Ah,
through my new profile that are just half naked in their profiles and shit like that. I don't know what it is with foreign chicks.
And how Facebook has not deleted their account yet for such nudity.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's actually not all of them, obviously, but I'm pretty sure it's actually an agreement with Facebook to fish out certain people.
Yeah, plus Zuckerberg doesn't exactly really care.
Well, yeah. But I do know that there's a lot of the, we'll just say, agents on there with fake profiles.
I get pulled in constantly.
Constantly.
This kind of reminds me of a interesting, amusing story that I'm sure one of the individuals that it concerns would not care if I share. So, otherwise I probably wouldn't. But
It's Nazis, isn't it?
it's what?
It's Nazis, isn't it?
Oh no, it's just hilarious. That's all. But apparently, this person I know at work, she said that her dad Or was it her dad or stepdad? Stepdad, yeah, I remember that. So her stepdad, who's like, I want to say in his 70s, like maybe early 70s, has apparently been fishing for some mail order brides on Facebook and found one. I want to say she said that she's Pakistani. And yeah, he's actually flying all the way out to go meet her.
What a fucking idiot. Like, what a fucking idiot.
So, last I heard, he hit New York and was waiting on his flight to go to wherever it was. I think Pakistan. Not 100% sure on it, but I think so. And now here's the best part. Oh, no. It wasn't Pakistan, and now I'm trying to remember.
Kazakhstan?
Korea? I'm now thinking either Korea or somewhere near there. Actually. Because
South Korea isn't so bad. North Korea would be a very bad idea.
well, yeah, probably. But we had a wherever it was, dang it, I'm pretty sure it was like a somewhere around Korea. Ah, it's killing me now. But anyway, because we had another worker who was from or the vicinity, we'll say, not the town necessarily, but the vicinity of where this lady lived, and she warned him about it herself because she said something to the effect of, you do know that there's a lot of like 14 to 16-year-old boys over there who are trying to do the same thing and posing as girls. And to which his stepdaughter, they're the one I work with, was like, you know, that's probably going to be his luck. He's going to get over there and find out it was actually some teenage boy.
Could you imagine how awkward that would be?
Oh, yeah, that's me. Oh. Huh.
What did I get myself into?
Well, I feel like you kind of held out some information there.
Yeah, like kind of a related story. I go on cam-to-cam sites just to talk to people from around the world. And some girl from Greece basically wanted me to move her to Canada and help her start a life and shit like that.
Oh man.
I mean, that's the odd example where you actually see the person on the cam and shit like that, but yeah, you have to be really careful online.
Now go to question mark.
Right.
Or the person's laying in front of you.
Oh my god, dead people!
Don't forget it.
What the heck, I was just standing there.
At least you get some underage boy to bang, I mean, hey. It's like, well, you're not a chick, and you're not who I thought I met, but fuck it.
Oh man, that'd be even more hilarious. Like he comes back with him.
Booty, so.
Kelly, his stepdaughter, just be like, "Oh my freaking! Are you serious?" Like, just when I thought it couldn't get worse.
And then what happens if the family interjects to that? Like that is so much worse.
Oh man. Alright, I better move this dialogue.
Your 14-year-old son, who I thought was a 19-year-old female.
Okay, I got stuff running, so we gotta move.
Oh.
It only lasts an hour.
Ah. Hey, wake up.
No, it's just that I got special stuff that upgrades my attack, special attack,
Yeah,
and
some
stuff like that
buffs.
for an hour. So.
Oh, so do I. Wonder why. That's weird.
You friggin' elitist.
Please, hurry to save the other people. Where are the other people you mentioned? They are at the back room.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, the magical, epic, mystical realm of the back room.
Dark danger is in there.
Where is the back room? It's in the back. I'm gonna lose it if he says that.
Omoe wa shinderu.
Nothing. I guess he died before he could tell us where the back room was.
Even though it's right there.
It could be anywhere. You don't know. We don't know now.
Funny you mentioned back room. There was a YouTube video about a game called Petscop, and it's pretty fucked up.
Oh, you just remind me. I'm not sure why that reminded me. I guess just because there's a game. But anyway, this guy I work with, Tito, said that there's a game called I Am Daryl. I gotta find this game.
I am Daryl, and I'm playing I Am Daryl.
Yeah. So, who do I talk to here? There's a question mark here, but do I talk to everybody? You silly fools. If you tell us the hiding place of the Jade Stone, you will survive, maybe, kind of.
I'll tell you anyway.
Yeah, I don't know even what. I don't know even know. I don't know even know what the Jade Stone is.
Oh, the English.
Tell us the hiding place of the Jade Stone. Otherwise, what you will do next is to go to hell.
So they're using future tense with present tense.
That's beautiful. Grandma, I'm frightened. Some little boy says. Stop! Let the innocent villagers go. You were lucky enough to be escaped before. Or to have escaped before. I actually read it wrong and it wasn't written wrong.
Daryl, you racist.
I'm auto-mistaking it. But that won't be the case this time. Whoever tries to stop Master Frederico's from carrying out his plan will die.
Go and look up an English translator. You know what I mean? As a company.
Azure, Rock, Flame, and Windguard. I wonder what elements they are.
Are they Earth?
And where the heck am I? Oh.
Shit.
I got kind of confused because I was in the middle of both of your characters there. I was like, yeah.
That's it. Taking the headphones off. Jeez. That does not help my concentration one bit at all.
I don't see how.
I did this backwards. I should have done it the other way.
Stupid list.
Tell them how you really feel.
You know, I guess I probably should have attacked the wind guy first. That probably would have been smart. Instead, I'm attacking the worst element first.
Come on, Daryl. Come on.
Come on, now.
You don't shoot a guy in the dick, Butters.
This guy's got 7,500 health. Good God, man.
Holy jeez.
Lord Jeebus. Well, he got fried.
He's smoking marijuanas?
What? Mary Chihuahuas?
Marijuanas? Yes, Daryl. He's smoking Mary Chihuahuas. Yes.
Why would you want to smoke a happy little dog?
Why would you do this?
What kind of experience do you get out of that?
A very yippy one. fucking little yappy, fucking furry pieces of shit. Never shutting up.
Man, there used to be a Chihuahua lived right down the road from us. I had to walk by every day to go to school. And that little thing, like, you would have thought he was like the biggest dog in the freaking neighborhood. The way they act.
They're so yippy, it's unreal.
Oh yeah, they want to make their presence known.
Yeah, it's like, if it really came down to it, you little shit, you'd be dead in a half a second.
Yeah, it's like they don't even realize that. Like, you know, I could accidentally kill you. Like, it's just not even, it wouldn't even be on purpose.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be thinking about it. I could step on you and you'd be dead. Like, calm down.
It's terrible.
And it's unfortunate, because those dogs are bred to be basically toy dogs. They don't have any use for defense, they don't have use for hunting. They're useless from design.
Right. Yeah, little dogs. There's nothing against them really, but they are kind of almost pointless. Like,
Completely.
like who was that comedian? I think it was Jeff Dunham said that they're not real dogs. It's like it's not a dog. He's like, I have a dog. Yeah, I think it's just like a German Shepherd or something like that, one of the larger dogs. He's like, no, that's a dog. Like, what you have is not a dog.
It's even labeled as a toy pet, because it's not technically, yeah, it's a man-made dog that's meant to be like a toy pretty much.
Right.
Same with pugs, like, I love pugs. I'd get one myself, but they are fucking useless.
Oh man, my dad used to have a pug, and he had him for, I want to say, maybe no more than 3 months before they got rid of him, because he was just a holy terror. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now, dogs in general, as young dogs especially, you know, pups up until about a year and a half old, love to chew on things. That's how they break their teeth in. On top of that, little dogs are even worse at this. So he's got the fact that he's a wiry little dog, and he was young and full of all this energy and wanting to break his teeth in, so he chewed on everything. And I don't even know how he didn't kill himself, because he chewed on wires, he chewed open a bottle of bleach, and somehow didn't die from that.
Holy fuck.
Like, he broke several appliances because of it, so finally they got rid of him because they're like, man, we can't afford to keep this dog. So they shipped him off to somebody else who had more time to spend with him.
And that's the thing too, like, it's not anything personal against the dog, it's just the fact that, yeah, I cannot keep affording to replace what you fucking chew.
Yeah. Alright, where is Frederico? Tell us quickly. You want to know where Master Frederico is? Okay, show us your power.
I think he's at Dean's right now.
Oh wow, he turned into a giant gingerbread man. Or something.
Wow, that's original.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I didn't know what to call it either in the fanfic.
Come on, the real fighting begins now. Yeah, now that you're 3 or 4 times our size.
We are meant to fight in arena.
Probably should have got some of my, well, no, I couldn't, could I? I was gonna say I probably should have got some of my magic back before I started this. Oh wow, you cast spells?
Yes, and they're a double hitter if you're not careful.
Yeah, I see that.
That's why it has the salmon. Water shield. Saves me the time and effort.
I'd like to do a quick shout out to One Piece.
One Piece.
Okay.
Here's to you and your 800 episodes.
It is superior enemies.
Ugh.
It is better than the Inuyasha.
Oh no. Not the Inu button.
It's been on longer, therefore it is better.
That's interesting.
Nah, I'm fucking with you guys. But yeah, I mean, One Piece is a good anime though.
I watched some of the first series, like when it first came out, first season. I mean, and I thought it was pretty good, but then I just stopped watching it for no apparent reason.
Dude, you know the first enemy they introduced Buggy.
Buggy. Nah, I don't remember like any of them. So.
I was gonna say he became a warlord, but I don't think that would really make any sense.
Yeah, I barely even remember any of the freaking anime, but I just remember, you know, generally liking it, and then I just stopped watching it.
Did you watch the one where Sanji sounds like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Probably not, no. Doesn't sound familiar.
Oh my god, the English dub of One Piece is so fucking bad.
I always wanted to finish this one anime, and this is terrible. It really is. I wanted to finish it years ago, and it was one of those animes that never did come out all the way in America. Which I'm like, why do you bother? I really hate that. They'll release like the first couple of seasons, and then they're like, that's all you get. And you find out there's like 6 more seasons in Japan. Like, what about those? Oh no, we're done.
It's basically because it wasn't as commercially successful. It's like Berserk.
Right, like I understand, but at the same time, it's just really irritating. Like, it just feels such a waste of time.
Well, it's like Berserk. It's such a niche anime that not many people got into it,
and I like that.
Yeah, same here, dude. Have you ever seen Berserk?
All of it, probably not. I did see some of it. You're talking about the guy, or the anime with the guy, Guts, I think, Gutsu or whatever.
Gutsu!
With his gigantic dragon sword.
Oh my god.
Dragon Slayer or whatever it is. It's like 30 feet long.
Yeah, fucking Berserk is amazing.
Yeah, that was a really awesome and game too. I think for the PlayStation. I like both.
Especially when you see the demon horse rape the girl. That's especially good.
I don't think I remember that. Like, I don't remember much about it. I just remember, once again, kind of like One Piece. I remember that I liked it, but like I remember a few concepts from it. Like I remember basically Guts is like he tries to keep his calm and everything, but on the inside he's got this like freaking rage, and that seems to come out when he's kind of like the whole he's kind of getting his butt kicked, and then his rage comes out and he like goes all berserk. And just like lays waste to everything. And that's basically all I really remember. Like, he's like a traveling wanderer for whatever reason. I don't remember if he had a reason. We did it! Hurry! Tell me where Frederico is. Master Frederico is at... He is at... Ah! Damn! The clue to know the hiding place of Frederico is over. You! Get out of this place! Or else! Good! I can go home! Finally, I can get out or get away from here. That old granny moves awfully fast, doesn't she? He is just a very humble subordinate of Frederico, but he seems so powerful. He should strengthen we, it looked like a he, we should strengthen our power so that we can get revenge for Roka. Roka animosity increased, no, I mean, amity has increased, I think. It looked like it said 0, but...
I was like, did my computer... It's not my computer for once? Wow! But I like Berserk because it reflects on existentialism. That's a very big theme towards it, or throughout it.
Huh.
It's basically like, it starts off as your generic story, but then it reflects on how there are forces that we as humans cannot foresee and cannot affect whatsoever. So there's the main story, and then there's, say, the God Hands, which are existentialism.
Oh, Bob bless it. Now it's like you're trying to make me want to watch it again. Like,
oh man, if you're looking for an anime to watch, Berserk. If you're okay with seeing scenes of demon rape and little boys being raped, I mean, well, you know, I mean, you don't full on see it, but I mean, it's there and you know it type of thing. But other than that, Berserk, I hate Griffith personally, but every other character in that, except for Cascada, is very well thought out. Like, they have their own motives, and it's very well identified. Right. It's a very good, non-Naruto-esque anime type of thing.
Yeah. Like, I always wanted to finish, especially now that I found a guide on how to do so. Wanted to actually finish Naruto, because like, I just got tired of all the fillers. Right, it went on like a 45 episode filler spree, and I'm like, oh my freaking god, by the time they get back to the point, I'm gonna be like, what were we doing?
Dude, Shippuden has filler, but it is fucking amazing. The fights, the characters, how they develop as a character, are all amazing. If you wanted to get into I mean, the original Naruto is good, but Shippuden is just absolutely amazing. And they say things like, fucking son of a bitch and bastard, type of thing, you know.
So what are we doing?
Make me lead.
Ah.
Talking about demon rape?
Which one of you?
Ayame. He's the one with the freaking spacecraft. God damn it.
Ah.
Funny story. Inuyasha's mother might have been raped.
Huh.
You know they didn't love each other. How could a human go up to a demon and be like, I love you, you can change for me, and not get ripped to shreds, you know what I mean?
It's, see, the thing is, like, I feel like they should have probably picked a different word for them, because they don't really seem like they're really portraying what I would consider to be demons. But they're obviously not humans. Like, maybe they could have just called them, I'm not sure this is the correct word either, I was going to say apparitions, maybe? I don't know.
No, they go off of Japanese lore, which is Oni. It's demons that can create a human-like form to pull humans in and then kill them, basically, you know what I mean?
Well, then that would be inaccurate as well, because clearly some of them are just as friendly, if not friendlier, than humans.
Well, let's not get this, you know what I mean, construed here. Japanese culture in general is very inaccurate, but I'm going by Japanese culture. Because, like, an Oni is like, there's this movie, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a demon prince who ascends to demonhood through sacrifices and shit like that, and he's able to imitate human voices and shit like that to be appealing to humans to come to him. It's not so much the demon as it is a shape-shifting entity type of thing.
Right, I got you. Yeah.
I can't remember what that movie was good, but it was, but it was also really good.
Oh yeah, I never finished my story about that other anime. So yeah, there was another anime that this is when I was like a teenager, so we're talking a pretty good while back that I wanted to finish, and it never did come all the way, or all the series to come out. It just released like maybe 1 or 2 seasons, I forget how many, and the whole thing isn't that long anyways. But anyways, years and years later, I finally found it on a torrent and downloaded it, and then I never have watched it. I've had it for like the longest time now, and I still haven't finished it.
Which anime?
Yeah, it was Rave Master.
Never heard of it.
It was kind of strange. Like they used musical terms, but it wasn't really about music.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of strange, and that's why it was like the Rave Master. And I think like the Grand Master's name was like Musica or some crap like that. I forget, but yeah, they had like a lot of musical terms, terminology in it, but it was really kind of like, what would I equate it to? I mean, kind of like Bleach. I don't know.
Or Afro Samurai.
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically about this guy with this like mythical like sword, and it gets stronger and stronger as he like collects something. I can't even remember, like some kind of orbs or something. I forget. Maybe musical notes. I don't know.
May Cry.
Do what?
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry? I never played it.
But it's basically the orb collection to get stronger type of thing, or like Shaman King.
Ah.
Also, I would recommend a movie to you guys, Afro Samurai Resurrection. Very good movie. I mean, if you're into samurai type anime, because I mean, that's pretty much the only anime I'm into other than like, One Piece and shit like that. I'm pretty much only into samurai anime. Or Samurai 7. If you're looking for another good series that's short and sweet, Samurai 7.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one either.
It kind of pissed me off because one of the characters that were basically one of my favorite and the strongest of the 7 were killed off by the weakest bitch who's always crying in the group with a gun. So it kind of pissed me off, but it's a good watch.
Right.
Like, I guess the guy was a bit of a contrast to everybody who was already established in their skills. But this is a guy who would be like, he'd be protecting, say, a princess that they're trying to save, and he'd be sitting there shaking with a sword like, It's like, oh my fucking god, you're a samurai and you're a pussy. That makes no fucking sense.
Actually, did you want to call it hair, or did you already have something else in mind?
I'm trying to put that together.
Ah. I was gonna say, because we could just call it here and go on to whatever else we were gonna do, whether it be cards or Minecraft or whatever.
Okay, stop violin.
I'm too occupied with my One Piece cell phone game. It's very good game. One Piece is best anime ever.
Okay, Mako Cave.
No, not actually. One Piece sucks.
I just don't understand how many episodes it takes to find that One Piece. I mean,
One Piece is a metaphor for the journey and the people you met during the journey. And I mean, like I could go on and on about the things that happened in between that add to the plot as well. Like the name Monkey D. Luffy itself adds lore to it. You know what I mean? There's the warlords, the navy, everything in between. It's not only One Piece anymore. It's the journey and the discovery you have in between that. You know what I mean?
right?
Because I mean, if you think about it too, if they just got to One Piece, because in one episode Luffy is talking to Rayleigh, basically someone who knows who knew the person who created the One Piece, Gold D. Rogers. He told him, shut the hell up, basically, don't tell me where One Piece is, because it would be boring. They would go to One Piece, they would battle the pirates trying to get it, and then it would be over. But it's the journey within and the developments that actually make a difference.
Right.
And that's why I love One Piece so much, is because, I mean, it has its hit or misses completely. Like, the transgender characters that are standing around in lingerie and shit like that. But other than that, like, it's a very good series because it's actually in depth, you know?
Yeah.
And some of their character designs, like there's a guy who plays his teeth that are piano keys and he sends out sound waves. It's like, you're kind of running out of ideas.
It's like Power Rangers with their monsters. Oh no, a toaster!
Ah, now it grows bigger and it's
A
strong.
big toaster! No!
I mean, not as basic as that, because that was meant to be basic, but yeah, some of the designs, it's like, when you're running a series that long, you're gonna run out of ideas. It just happens, you know?
Well, yeah. That's why sometimes it's good to just gracefully bow out. When you know that you're starting to struggle, you should probably try to wrap things up.
That's why I love, like, Samurai 7, because it's short and sweet. It doesn't have to be long to get the point across, but One Piece just fits that formula because there's many theories within the One Piece world and different races of people, different people that make a difference in the world and stuff like that. It kind of fits it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some series can pull it off, but, you know, if you start to struggle and you start to get a lot of really, you know, difficult situations to make interesting, it's probably time to think about how you can wrap that up gracefully and not look just hideous.
And I think that's with One Piece too. It's come so far and people expect so much from it, they just can't. So they're kind of almost, they have obviously the story set out before they make the manga and stuff like that, but they still, you know what I mean, the fans themselves, it keeps it pulling on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's rare exceptions, actually, and maybe One Piece is an exception too, where basically fans just don't really give a crap. All they care about is seeing more. They don't even care what it is. Like,
I would not say that. I understand where you're coming from, but the amount of people giving theories on YouTube alone is enough to justify continuing on. It has millions of plus fans, like, not to go off of the fame argument, but it is one of the biggest, longest continuing anime series in history, especially to be successful in the West.
yeah.
And it is an absolute, if you actually get into One Piece, it is fascinating. it is a completely fascinating universe that they immerse you in. It doesn't feel like it's half done. It's an actual universe of its own. It's a wonderful anime. I mean, obviously it has the typical tropes. It has your filler and characters that are just like, what the fuck were you thinking? But the story itself gets, oh my god, just delicious. Like, it started off as a ragtag like crew of pirates that were just looking for the One Piece, and then developed into so much more. Like, you find out the main character's father was the king of pirates, and the D Luffy, or not D Monkey bloodline is actually a big part in the world as well. You find out they had members in the in the Navy that were related to them, and like different Impel Down and stuff like that, that just developed the story oh so much more.
Right.
Like, it's ever-evolving type of thing. It doesn't feel haphazard and slapped together like Bleach was, when it was like, oh, we better bring out the fucking Espada to continue the lifeline of this.
I got
like
more text here.
Or like Inuyasha, where they're like, oh, it's not only Naraku, but he has a child that rides on a horse that extends the story. And it's like, that has no substance. Don't get me wrong, I love Inuyasha. Like, don't get me wrong. But after the Band of Seven, it should have gone to Naraku, and they extended it very artificially. I don't give a fuck about Rin. I don't give a fuck about this little fucking shit riding a horse with a spear. I don't give a shit about some little bitch carrying a mirror. I don't care. I want to see Naraku defeated because it gets you invested in seeing Naraku killed. He is the cause of everybody combining together. And it's just like, nope.
Oh. Why there are so much bread on the ground? Some little girl comes out of nowhere.
Sharpening her knives right now, saying, how dare you talk shit about Inuyasha. But it was good up until the Band of Seven, and then it just went completely downhill.
Hey, why did you touch my trail of breadcrumbs? Uh-oh. We find Raggedy Ann and Andy?
Actually, I really don't give a shit because everybody's opinion is different.
Well, even you can agree. After Bonkotsu was killed, it should have went to Naraku. Because that was the last major villain who was actually strong between them and Naraku. It should have went to Naraku right away. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I made a reincarnation even though I can reincarnate myself as Naraku. Oh, that's a little fucking shit riding on a horse. Nobody fucking cares about you. It's all about Naraku. And it just, no! They artificially extended it.
Sorry, I didn't know the bread on the road was to mark your way home. By using these to mark out my pathway home, I can arrive there safely and quickly. But recently, my trail has disappeared and I don't know who is doing it. I will help you find out.
It's
Please tell me if you find any clues. Also, please don't take my bread anymore. Well, I think that kind of goes without saying. Yes, I won't do that anymore. Okay, I will hide myself and wait for the thief. Yes, good strategy. It is unbelievable that someone is still use this method to find my way or find way home. Let me have a try and walk along the marks. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to take the bread. I almost took the bread.
How dare you?
The bread disappears from here. Not really, there's a ton of it right over there. Why, the bird is there. The bread under the tree is the little girl's. It must be, or it must the bird who eats her bread. I must drive it away. I must too drive it away. There we go. I'll read this right someday. Oh.
I equate that to, I was playing Aura Kingdom on an Asian server, and Asians that try to insult you in English, it comes out sounding fucking hilarious.
Go, go! Don't eat the bread here. Quack, quack! Wait, it's a duck? It looks like a parrot. Maybe it's a confused parrot, or maybe it likes to imitate ducks. Oh, this is a pretty strong little parrot.
By the way, we're gonna have this Inuyasha discussion. We're gonna have it.
Oh no.
Well, honestly, like, aside from how they justified him in the story, after the Band of Seven, how is it even justified to have another villain? How is it even fucking justified? They already did the reincarnation of Naraku thing, and they're just recycling it at this point.
From my understanding, Hakudoshi was like a split version of the infant that was Naraku's heart. So it's like his heart was like divided. Yeah, I know you still hate Hakudoshi, but still, that's the whole origin behind it, sort of.
Still.
Which without Naraku's heart, he's basically unkillable.
Yeah, but that's the same with, what's her name? Yuri or not Yuri, the chick of the wind.
Kagura?
Yeah. She was a part of his heart as well. They already did that, and they're trying to rehash it to continue the series. They should have gone from the Band of Seven to Naraku.
Well, no, technically she was not part of his heart. She was just a reincarnation. He just kept her heart at bay so he could manipulate her.
Well, that's the same with that Hakudoshi kid. It's the rehashing of the same trope. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like explaining crap, because you're gonna have your opinion, I'm gonna have my opinion, so let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah, this opinion is wrong.
Have you found who had eaten my bread marks? Her bread marks. Your bread marks were eaten by a bird. Oh, annoying bird!
Makes sense.
I have driven it away so it won't eat your bread anymore. Thanks very much. This is my reward for you. 500 experience. Thanks, and thanks for all this bread.
Now, go up to the top.
Mushroom, mushroom. An ants.
I've got mental blue balls. I hope you guys are happy.
The only person you can blame is yourself, dude.
A cliff! Hooray! Tourists, look! A cliff! How beautiful the scenery is! The scenery in my hometown is also beautiful. Oh, look what you did! You should take me to your hometown. I want to enjoy beautiful scenery there. Uh-oh. No problem.
Is destroyed.
Yeah.
Ghost and Roka sitting in a tree.
Let's fix it. You cannot break it.
Roka is big.
I grew
She's a
up in the
wrestling girl.
village. I had never left the village before I met you. Father is always the most important person for me before. Now I finally meet another one. Oh no, I have 3 questions I can ask. What did you say towards the sky? Yeah.
Am I the important person?
Am I the important person for you? Who is the important person?
Me.
Basically, she's talking about, I found another important person, so technically, your response would be, am I the important person?
Yeah, I guess we'll go with that. Am I the important person? Yes. I can hardly enjoy beautiful scenery here any longer before, but you're saving me. Well, it's hard because, you know, those words. I can hardly enjoy beautiful scenery here any longer, but for your saving me. That is so hard to read.
English is just painful.
I want to enjoy the beautiful scenery here with you forever. I see that flowed a little bit better. It was grammatically sound.
Was it really though?
Well, you know, ish. Every now and then there's words here. Oh, there we go. I want to. Oh, the same thing. It's like you just keep walking around. She keeps saying it.
Now we leave.
Oh, I just figured we just sat here and kept making her say that. I just want to enjoy beautiful scenery with you forever.
And ever. And ever.
And ever.
And ever.
Let the hatred flow through you.
Damn it, shut up! Or I'll make you shut up!
Yeah. That was so weird. I forget what the scenario was exactly now, but I just remember that it just kind of came out of freaking nowhere.
The La Tim scene when he came at Armlet.
Heather, you support that Hakudoshi kid, man. Come on. Absolute trash.
I felt like some of those had anticlimactic endings.
Like in the Asha?
You're just trying to get me riled up. He's trying to rile me up. And it's not working to his dismay.
I would not do something like that, thank you.
But, like, I forget exactly how Hakudoshi died, but I think he died kind of anticlimactically, too.
Yeah, that's because he's an artificial extension of the series.
Basically, Naraku saw him as useless and took all his benefits away from him, and he got sucked into Moroku's wind tunnel.
Ah.
Why even have him? Why is he even there then? Why did you create him?
Yeah, he goes through all of that and he's just like, yeah, you know what? Get out of here.
You know, I guess what, guys? I really don't like you, and I created you, so I mean, hey.
Because Hakudoshi was planning on betraying him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. He was plotting his demise.
Him and the Ancient was planning on betraying Naraku.
If Naraku created him, he can easily stop that.
I think, yeah, I was just getting ready to say, I think it would have been more interesting probably if they would have had it out.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of cool.
That would have given merit to his character, but if it's just something where he can be like, well, you're gonna betray me anyway, so, goodbye. Not even Star Wars Episode 3 did that.
Like, they could have had it out and then ended up still losing because Naraku's just that powerful, you know, and that would have gave more credence to his power.
Exactly, instead of being like, well, I'm gonna take away your power and you're gonna get beaten. It's like, well, why the fuck did you even fucking create him and let him gain power then? It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
it's an artificial extension of plot, which has no meaning to it. It pissed me off because Inuyasha is a good series.
Kagura, I didn't really know what to think of her anyway, as far as power-wise. Like, I couldn't really quite place her power level, per se. But it felt like Hakudoshi was supposed to be a pretty big deal. And then I just remember thinking, well, what the heck kind of ending was that for him? Like,
well, Kagura was a scout, and she was a minor annoyance, and that was her role. Hakudashi was meant to be his reincarnation, and then he's just like, oh well, I made a mistake, even though I created you. I'm just, it makes no sense. I know you're gonna get into this, Heather. You can't deny it.
Where am I going? I'm just walking.
Look at the next thing for you.
Oh, maybe I'll just camp here. We'll just pitch a tent.
She wasn't meant to be character ending. She was more just basically reception for Naraku, where he couldn't see.
Yeah, and I do remember that she was basically a scout, and she seemed like she was a pretty big deal here and there, which was confusing because it seemed like in other times like she wasn't that powerful.
Well, it depends on what character she runs into, because she's still a major demon, but say compared to Inuyasha or even Moroku, because he has charms in the wind tunnel and shit like that, she kind of falls a bit short, but that's why she's a scout.
Well, at first she kind of had Inuyasha running for her mate because she could control the wind. It was only Kagome's arrow that managed to.
Yeah, she pretty well kicked his butt the first time.
Well, same with Sesshomaru. He kicks the living fuck out of Inuyasha. I mean, that's a little bit different because he's strong on his own, but it's the same. It's development of the plot character type of thing,
Yeah, they had to kind of give that kind of struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I guess if I felt like anyone really fell short, it was just Hakudoshi, in my opinion. Just because it seemed like he was a super big deal, and then all of a sudden he's okay, we're done with you.
It's the inconsistency because Inuyasha always prided itself on consistency. And it's the inconsistency that just fucking gets me completely.
Well, the only things that are left are what's in Australia, and our Rez's quest will take some time, so do you just want to cut it here and go to Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, we can go to something else, I guess, probably Cards.
I'm having fun playing my One Piece game and arguing Inuyasha.
Where's my
Yeah, you two are arguing it.
You gotta get in on this.
There we go.
Why? I just gave you my opinion. I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter. You still have to back up your facts, son.
What facts?
There we go.
That fucking little kid, I don't even want to say his name, was an artificial plot extension.
Goodbye.
I'm a major demon who is in the introduction of Inuyasha, and then I'm brushed off like I'm a minor.